Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A man in the hospital this morning after a fight ends in a hit and run. Details about what happened and details on the suspects.
Plus, another HEB employee tested positive for the coronavirus. Right now, GMSA, the location company officials are saying that the infected employee worked at.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, a picture-perfect start to your Sunday morning. 57 degrees now, but we are expecting a warm-up. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey for your full forecast. Good morning. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Stephanie Cerna. Thanks for joining us. A beautiful sun. I wish we had it here.
We have our fake sun.
It doesn't look like this.
It looks better than that.
Yes, it's so nice outside. You should definitely step out right now.
Sarah, are we going to see what we saw yesterday?
Well, we are going to see beautiful weather, but we're not going to see the hail that some folks did east of I-35 yesterday. And if you were wanting to see that beautiful picture outside, there you go. Wonderful sunshine. 57 degrees out there right now, so it is a little on the chilly side, but with that sun rising, we're going to quickly warm up later on today. Let's take a look at temperatures. It's 47 in Kerrville, so it's chilly in the hill country with temperatures in the 40s. 56 in Uvalde, in the 60s this morning. Out toward Del Rio, we're at 62 degrees, 61 in Cotulla, 55 in Gonzales, 57 in New Braunfels, and 57 in Austin, Texas. Today's forecast looks great. Sunshine, total sunshine, not as windy as yesterday. Winds will be from the east at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And today we should see a high temperature in the mid 80s, but again, because of the low humidity, it should feel great outside. And in fact, if you want to go out for a run this morning, it's going to be great, especially during this first part of the day because temperatures will be comfortable. But right around the afternoon, that's when things will get a little warm. At least the humidity won't be high. So honestly, it'll be a great day to take a stroll at any point in the day. Even in the evening, it's going to be nice as well. But I mentioned it at the top of the show how there was some hail yesterday east of I-35. It was a very interesting weather phenomenon that honestly was a bit surprising. Today, no hail, but I'll be back to wrap up that information from yesterday tomorrow in just a few minutes, and we'll look ahead to the week. It's going to be pretty nice outside. Max, Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. We begin this morning with the latest numbers of confirmed COVID-19 cases here in Bexar County. Mayor Ron Nirenberg tells us more than 1,200 positive cases, now 1,231 to be exact. Here's what we know so far. We saw an increase of 36 new cases in that 24-hour span. There were no additional deaths reported in the most recent briefing, which means our local death toll still stands at 43. Here's a positive, though. 40% of local patients have recovered from the virus.
Another HEB employee tests positive for COVID-19 here in San Antonio. According to the website, this new case is an employee from the Wilderness Oak store, and that the employee was last in the store on April 18th. Now, in a statement, a spokesperson says all other employees have been notified. The store has also been deep cleaned and sanitized multiple times since then. This brings the total number of HEB employees to test positive to 6.
Moving across the rest of the Lone Star State, the Department of State Health and Services reporting well above 23,000 cases, 623 deaths related to COVID-19. And important to look at here, though, are recoveries as well, falling just short of crossing a new threshold, 10,000. To be exact, 9,986 people have recovered, far more than 1/3 of all confirmed patients.
There were no new cases reported yesterday at the Bexar County Jail. Still, Sheriff Javier Salazar says they're beginning to ramp up testing. This weekend, Salazar said they're doing everything they can to prevent further outbreak at the jail. Now, Salazar tells us that close to 3,000 inmates and 1,000 staff members will undergo COVID-19 testing, something that could take more than a week. He's calling it a huge undertaking.
At this point, we just really want to know how bad is bad. I would rather overreact 100 times over than to be caught underreacting one single time.
Dr. Don Emmerich with Metro Health says while more testing does provide information on when we will reach our local peak, that information can always change, especially when dealing with people who are not showing symptoms. Meanwhile, Sheriff Salazar says the jail is prepared for an increase of cases, but for now, he says they're doing what they can to reduce the spread by replacing surgical masks for inmates daily, sanitizing jail units, and high traffic areas.
In the meantime, businesses in and around Texas are slowly finding ways to reopen. During yesterday's briefing, Mayor Ron Nirenberg made mention of how San Antonio plans to open the safest possible way. So far, non-essential businesses like malls and outlet stores are offering retail to go as long as they're able to do this by following social distancing guidelines already in place. Mayor Ron Nirenberg also mentioning Governor Greg Abbott expected to have another briefing on the next phase of reopening the state's economy. Now, for more on what has already reopened, we have all those answers right now. Just head to KSAT.com. And schools continue to shut down to help stop the spread of COVID-19, but there's a group still in limbo about what's going to happen in the next few weeks.
So across the nation and in our region, high school seniors and their families are hopeful that schools will not cancel their graduation ceremonies. But one family in Von Army, just southwest of San Antonio, is taking matters into their own hands with what they've named a quarantine graduation.
Alicia Barra joins us live from Southwest Legacy High School with more. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning. Well, let me tell you that graduation for Southwest Legacy High School is still scheduled for June 5th at the Alamo Dome, but it's unsure, of course, if it's going to happen. There are talks of a virtual celebration, but let me tell you, this family decided to hold their own graduation ceremony here in the parking lot of Southwest Legacy High School. And I have here with me senior Keanu. Good morning. How was that celebration for you? We're going to see that video of what your mom held for you. What was that feeling like seeing everyone gather?
It felt really cool. All my family here celebrating, just like me finally graduating.
And, you know, you guys, prom was canceled. So many other events, traditions were canceled. So his mom, April, decided to call the family, friends, have them meet here at the parking lot. And this celebration happened yesterday. How have you been dealing with this whole cancellation and then graduation still being in limbo?
It sucks. We were really looking forward to this, you know, going to prom, having to spend time with your friends, and now it's canceled, so there's not really much you can do but this.
Yeah, they're still waiting to find out what's going to happen with graduation. But you guys, look, I want to show you. Stephen, if we can pan the camera over here to me, the family loves him so much that they're recreating this graduation ceremony that begins now with Keanu walking his graduation stage, which this year is a crosswalk. So his family super excited to celebrate for him. There we have Keanu Alonso, graduate of 2020. It's a special day for him, and we just want to highlight the good in the community in this time of isolation, of quarantine, to make sure that everyone stays safe. You guys, back to you.
That's too cool.
Thank you, Alicia. Well, new this morning, a man is in serious condition after police say he was stabbed after trying to break up a fight. San Antonio police tell us around 12:45 this morning, two men were fighting in an attorney's parking lot on Martin near North Colorado Street. A mutual friend of the two men saw the fight, tried to stop it. He didn't see that one of them actually had a knife, and trying to stop them, he was stabbed. That suspect ran off, later arrested on Colorado Street, now facing charges of aggravated assault. The victim taken to BAMC, and at last check, in serious condition.
Also new this morning, a man recovering in the hospital after a driver knocked him off his bike. Now, San Antonio police say it was just after 1 this morning on East Amber Place when the driver hit him. Now, that driver did not stop to render aid. The victim was taken to BAMC with a fractured leg. Police were able to find a license plate of that vehicle on the street, and they're hoping to make an arrest.
And with unemployment numbers hitting the highest that we've seen in decades, landing a new job could be more than just sending in a resume.
Sometimes you need to learn new skills before you send in an application.
Luckily, you can find all the resources you need to get yourself trained in a new profession.
On workintexas.com, you can search for a new job as well as find whatever you need under the Education Services section.
Now, there are links to find schools or programs that offer certifications and degrees close to where you live. There are even directories for online programs. And if you're worried about the cost, there is a section to even explore scholarships.
So we will continue to bring you job postings and career services here on GMSA. We know many people are struggling during the pandemic, but this is a way to let you know that we will get through this together.
And if you happen to land an interview with one of those jobs that you're applying for, it is always best to be prepared to go virtual, especially for interviews.
Yes, most definitely now. And not only because most people are under quarantine, but because lots of employers find it more convenient.
So we have a few tips for you. First, follow career sites to get the scoop on new job postings.
Investigate the employer. This gives you an additional opportunity to gather valuable information. Connect with employers by following their social media pages and create a digital resume so it'll be easy to upload on online applications. And find some inspiration. Sometimes the job search is just, well, a little boring. So if you're in a rut and looking for ways to change things up, browse online to see how other job seekers are presenting themselves.
Finally, build your brand and use your time wisely.
A lot of suggestions.
Good suggestions. And
Yes.
again, KSAT.com. We have all you need to know. 8:10, 57 degrees out.
And celebrating a day of twists and turns, not on the road, but in our food. Coming up, we're going to tell you about National Pretzel Day.
Do you think it was the perfect snack invented?
I think so.
Really?
Especially covered with chocolate, yeah.
I would say chips and salsa top.
Oh, okay. That's
Anyway, in other news, a local organization getting a double dose of Fiesta despite it being postponed. We're going to have the full details.
And taking a look outside with live cam. There's
gorgeous.
that beautiful sun, the real sun.
The real
Not the graphic that we showed you earlier, but hey, that's cool. Enjoy this beautiful day, and to check in for your full forecast, we're going to check in with Sarah in just a bit. And welcome back. It is 8:14 and we have a Fiesta Spotlight. Disability SA is working to make their mark on the community this week.
Now, while most organizations are pushing back their annual Fiesta festivities, they are getting a double dose. KSAT 12's Jesse DeGuiato has their story.
So where we usually have about 6 months in between these things, and then we're going to turn it all around and do it all over again in April of 2021.
Melanie Cawthon is the co-founder of Disability SA, the nonprofit that puts on the Fiesta Especial Royal Court, a program making sure everyone is included in the city's biggest celebration. The group rescheduled their Inclusion 5K and Carnival event to November.
We have about 2,600 special education students that come out and attend that during Fiesta, and it's oftentimes one of the only community-based experiences those students get.
The court starts campaigning and fundraising in September before being crowned right before Fiesta. This year, that timeline looks a little different.
While 2021 is campaigning, 2020 will be doing their appearances.
Throw in their annual fall events, and the nonprofit has their hands full.
So this is where we are just doing that huge call out for volunteers. We need a lot of elbow grease and a lot of people coming together to make this happen. But we just couldn't imagine a Fiesta without our inclusion programs.
Jesse DeGollado, KSAT 12 News.
Wow.
So you can still volunteer.
Exactly. And what perfect weather out there
Yes.
to celebrate, at least in that capacity.
Yes.
Yeah, it was beautiful for most of us for the majority of the day yesterday. It's going to be great today, but yesterday there was an interesting weather phenomenon that I do want to talk about. We'll go ahead and take my iPad over to the green screen here, and I want to show you this picture out from Livernia. A lot of us, especially east of I-35, saw some interesting cloud features yesterday where you kind of saw those wavy clouds, dark looking clouds. These were actually thunderstorms that surprised us all, and these thunderstorms were interesting because usually thunderstorms will develop about 2,000 feet above the ground or so, and these thunderstorms, they had too much dry air down at the surface, so these thunderstorms developed almost 2 miles up in the air, and you can actually see the dark color right there. That's rain as it's falling and evaporating through that dry air, but these storms were so strong that some of them actually produced some hail east of I-35 generally. We even saw some small hail at the Brooks area, but as you can see, this was taken out in Seguin, and that's about 1.25 inches diameter hail that was a little bit greater than quarters out near Seguin. It's interesting because there was total sunshine and areas of hail. So if you'd like to learn more about this phenomenon, there's a story on our website that I made, and I explain exactly what happened. And I also show a slideshow of some of the pictures that you all sent in to our KSAT weather app through our KSAT Connect feature on there. But again, yeah, a lot of that hail, if it did fall, fell east of I-35, and it was fairly isolated. There was some hail reported out toward Adkins that was about the size of quarters. And again, like I showed you, there was some hail out towards Seguin that was a little bit larger than the size of quarters. But I can promise you today, there will not be any of these freak storms that develop. It will just be a beautiful sunny day. We're starting off though on the chilly side. It's 57 at the airport at the moment, 50 at Bernie Stage Airfield, even cooler up in the hill country, 47 in Kerrville and 46 in Comfort. Wider view here, warmer out toward Del Rio, 62, 61 in Cotulla, 55 in Gonzales, and 57 up in Austin. But take a look at the futurecast. Sunshine today. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. We'll be able to warm up to the mid 80s. We'll be at 86 around San Antonio, and just about all of us experiencing the low to mid 80s today. But the good thing is, although that's warm, there's not going to be much humidity today, so it's going to feel great. I'm actually going to go grill today. And so if you want to grill on this Sunday, just know that the weather's going to be very nice, especially in the afternoon. We won't have that much of a wind. There will be a breeze at times, east winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour, but low humidity, sunny skies, going to be great. Almost as great as the food I'm going to grill later. Afternoon dew points are going to be pretty comfortable this week. There's going to be one day, however, where we will see some humidity in the air, especially Tuesday and by the end of the day tomorrow. Tuesday we'll be looking at the potential for some isolated storms, and it'll be muggy and near 90, so a little uncomfortable on Tuesday. And even, in fact, tomorrow morning we'll start off with some clouds, but it still should be a pretty nice day on Monday. And then looking ahead to the rest of the week, although we'll be in the upper 80s and low 90s, it's not going to be that humid. So pretty nice forecast this week, guys.
I'll take it. Thank you, Sarah.
What are you making, Sarah?
I think grilled chicken, but to be honest with you, we're gonna socially distance with my aunt and uncle outside.
Oh, cool.
Grill, so that should be fun.
But that's very good and good weather for it.
Yeah.
Feel free to bring leftovers.
I love those.
Always appreciated.
All right, we'll do.
Thanks, Sarah. 8:20, 57 degrees out.
Speaking of leftovers, how about pretzels?
There's never leftovers.
Salty, sweet, or plain with a dip. Up next on GMSA, find out why pretzels are shaped the way they are.
Dark chocolate pretzels, I'm done.
Yeah, they're not. They're
Can't
good.
promise
Whoa,
to give me leftovers.
white chocolate too.
I don't really like white chocolate.
No, not on a pretzel.
No, darker the chocolate, the better.
How about healthy? How about a yogurt dip?
You lost me. You lost me. What do you got, Sarah?
How about chocolate dipped grilled chicken?
Just
kidding.
All right, time to talk lottery. We have pick three at 3, 8, 9. Fireball 7, Daily 4, 7, 8, 4, 1, Fireball 3.
You know, you never know. It might
I
be
know.
awesome.
I'm pretty confident about that one.
Cash 5, 1, 7, 19, 31, 33. And your Powerball numbers 1, 3, 21, 47, 57, Powerball 18, Power Play 2. Good luck. And welcome back. It is 8:24. It is National Pretzel Day.
Come on, you got to throw a little more emphasis in that. What is your go-to pretzel?
Well, the one that I can't have right now, the one you could get like at a Spurs game, like the giant ones.
Ooh, love the giant pretzel.
Well, not now. Maybe
It was like my
later.
go-to when I was younger. Walk around the mall.
Oh yeah, in the mall too.
Yeah, it was the best. Anyway, this yummy treat has been the perfect snack. Perfect.
A snack.
Has been one of the top tier snacks for hundreds of years.
And while it's unclear when and where it was first created, experts believe the pretzel was first invented by Italian monks around 610 AD.
So it's not that I don't like pretzels. I love pretzels. To say they're perfect, that's a little above and beyond. Anyway, the strips of baked dough were folded to resemble arms crossing the chest in prayer. Well, there you go. That's a fun fact. And here we go. Throwing it right back to the Northeast. Here in America, the Pennsylvania Dutch immigrants credited with introducing the snack to the United States in the 19th century. Sarah, what are you doing?
I'm just wondering how, like, you cross your arms like a pretzel to like
this.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yes. I usually
That makes sense?
pray like this or like this.
Hey, cross your chest.
Okay.
All right, our producer's gonna get really upset. 826, 57 degrees. We talked more about pretzels than we did anything else.
And a look at cities in the U.S. that have yet to see a single case of COVID-19 just ahead, how they have been able to avoid it.
And talking about buying pretzels, buying groceries, a big change going into effect for H-E-B shoppers up next when your store hours will change.
And let's take a look at some birthdays this weekend. We have Luke. He'll be 2 years old on Tuesday. Happy birthday, Luke.
Happy birthday, Luke. And I think we have another one. Yes, one more birthday. Charlie.
What?
Charlie.
777.
Happy birthday, Charlie. It is Pet Parents Day, so whoever sent that in, happy Pet Parent Day. Love the shades. Happy birthday, Charlie.
It's an Elvis get-up, like he's in Vegas.
Yeah. There you go. He's the king. Anyway, remember to keep posting your birthday pictures at ksat.com/birthdays. Remember to include a name and an age. We show them every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on Good Morning San Antonio. Good morning and welcome back. It is Sunday, April 26th. We had the live shot of San Antonio up here before. Now we have this fake sun. Not nearly as good as the real sun, though.
At least there is sun.
There is sun.
There you go.
Stephanie, I like your
She's the silver lining.
meteorology skills.
Throw her on the green screen. See what she's got.
I was trying.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the pollen count for the day. We just got this in. It is good news. Everything is low in the pollen count, including mold, which has been elevated over the last few days. Mold is low at 410. Grass, pecan, and oak are all low as well. And here's a look at the real sun outside. 57 degrees out there with low humidity, but temperatures are rising. In fact, it was just in the 40s up in the hill country, but take a look at Kerrville, now at 51 degrees, 59 in Rock Springs, 62 in Del Rio, 63 in Carrizo Springs, and 61 in Gatula. Today's weather going to be gorgeous outside. A lot of sunshine. Temperatures already in the 70s by 10 o'clock. In the afternoon, we'll top off right in the mid 80s, but with low humidity, shouldn't feel too bad outside. East winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And in the week ahead, the weather will be okay. If you've got a garden, I've got a gardening forecast coming up for you, when you should water and when the weather will be nice outside. Max, Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, we start this half hour with some of the places in the country that have heard about the coronavirus, but they haven't seen it and they want to keep it that way.
Oh, most definitely. ABC's Matt Gutman shares the latest about the rural West cities that have yet to be hit by the pandemic.
This morning, as states gear up to open up, a glimpse of the possible near future.
We've done pretty well. You know, people who don't have anything to do read books, or they want to get a jigsaw puzzle.
Dan Brecht owns Wandering Hermit Books in Wheatland, Wyoming.
We're going to make it. We're going to be fine.
Platte County here is the kind of place where people still reach out to shake your hand. It's got a population of 9,000, zero COVID positive cases. That's one reason the EMS director told us he's got to treat everybody from the outside like us, like they have the plague. And when you talk to folks here, they say they have been social distancing all their lives because places like this are so rural.
Wyoming ordering a 2-week quarantine for those coming in from out of state.
We're going to treat you like you have the plague. Sorry about that, but that's the way it is. We're careful with every person around.
In Colorado, traffic dense late Friday. In South Dakota, attractions like this water park never closed. And families like the Carls, which you could call COVID refugees, flocking to national parks. The Carls and their 2 boys drove to Mount Rushmore from Iowa.
And if people didn't want to be around other people, then don't go to public places.
South Dakota has no shelter-at-home orders like 7 other states.
Have you seen anybody come by?
Yes, I have. I've seen tourists come through, people who are tired of staying home.
The Cedar Pass Campground in Jackson County, where there are 0 cases, at capacity this weekend.
It's not available on Saturday night, no. Why are you covered all this way? You're just out camping and we're open?
Gio Faviola is one of the caretakers. She says campers are there, but carefully socially distanced.
They're just on the road trying to stay isolated and coming here. And like I said, we're trying to keep everybody safe and apart.
Matt Gutman, ABC News, Wheatland, Wyoming.
And here in San Antonio, VO will be operating on an essential service schedule beginning tomorrow. The change in routes is being made to preserve essential service for those who must travel for work, grocery stores, or help care for others. Now, several routes will move to Sunday schedules on Monday with some exceptions, including additional frequency on select routes that continue to be highly utilized. We'll have a list with the route changes posted up on our website later this morning.
And also happening tomorrow, HEB extending its hours, the grocery store expanding from 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. amid this pandemic, previously limiting its hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. as shoppers emptied shelves as they stocked up. Now, HEB officials releasing a statement last week saying, quote, "With an improving supply chain and a stronger product availability, our stores now have the capacity to serve more customers throughout the day while providing the products they want at our everyday low prices," end quote. Most pharmacies will continue to operate from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and their normal weekend hours. Well, worried seniors won't get the graduation ceremony that was planned, so now one mom in Von Ormy took matters into her own hands, celebrating the accomplishments of her son.
So she's calling it a quarantine graduation for her Southwest Legacy High School senior. Our Alicia Beretta is live from Von Ormy with more on this story that can inspire more parents to take a similar approach. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I'm smiling. You can't see that, but we're having to put on the mask just because we're getting closer to the family. But here you have the decorations that they have. Honk for our 2020 grad. This celebration took place yesterday in the parking lot of Southwest Legacy High School, and really all you need are some speakers, some signs, some artwork over here. And Chris is actually Keanu's older brother. He graduated last year. What words of encouragement do you have for your brother and for other seniors dealing with it?
Just to stay happy, stay safe, and make sure that we all do what we got to do.
And do what they got to do, and that was to celebrate. We have Keanu over here. He's going to walk the stage. We saw him earlier, so we're just having a lot of fun with it. And he's adapted to the circumstances. But you admit, Keanu, that it's been a little rough, dealing with this.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's kind of hard not being able to fully understand what's happening, but it's all right for now.
And for your mom to organize this whole thing, what did that mean for you?
It means that she really cares about me to try to get all my family here to just celebrate this. It means a lot.
And they really care for him, you guys, because they arrived here at the parking lot to recreate this whole thing so you at home could watch. And they've been here since before 7 a.m. So right now we're going to do it the correct way. I got a little excited last time. So announcing for the class of 2020 grad, Keanu Alonso, congratulations. You guys, we'll send it back to you, but this is just one of the celebrations and just how families are dealing with this and keeping a positive outlook. Live from Von Ormy, Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Congratulations, Keanu.
Yeah, congratulations to Keanu and all the graduating seniors. Actually, it's funny because my family and I are trying to figure out the same thing. My two brothers are graduating from Penn State next month, and they're actually on opposite sides of the country, so I'm trying to coordinate a virtual graduation.
Well, hopefully maybe you could have two parades, somehow organize enough people, two parades for each of your brothers at the same time, and then get it on Zoom.
The cars keep coming.
Yeah, congrats to all the grads out there.
All right, now back to our latest news. We have an update on the domestic disturbance that turned deadly late last night. Bexar County medical examiners identifying the woman who was shot and killed as 25-year-old Tiffany Washington. Deputies say that they were called to the home on Shady Lake Drive around 10 last night after a fight broke out. Now, Washington reportedly attacked the man with a knife, prompting a 48-year-old man to allegedly shoot her in the upper torso. She was taken to the hospital. That is where she passed away. Authorities also discovered the couple's 2-month-old infant was inside at the time of the shooting. It still remains under investigation.
And on our roadways this weekend, a series of overnight road closures have kicked off on Wurzbach Parkway for construction of the Robert L.B. Tobin Land Bridge at Harburger Park. Now, Wurzbach Parkway between Northwest Military Highway and Blanco Road will be closed until tomorrow morning. It's just one of 5 series of closures expected to happen for several weekends up until Monday, June 1st. Now, the Land Bridge project began in the fall of 2018, and the work is scheduled for completion in the fall of this year.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Well, the 2020 NFL Draft is officially over after a record-breaking show, virtual performances, and 3 days of fun. But now we know Judson Rocket alum Alton Robinson joining Judson Rocket Trey Flowers with the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle drafting Robinson in the 5th round of the draft yesterday, 148 overall. He's Seattle's second edge rusher signed in as many days as they look to improve their pass rush that produced 28 sacks last season. Now, Robinson played the last 3 seasons with Syracuse. He's one of the ACC's best pass rushers. And another San Antonio alum, Steele High School alum and offensive lineman Terrence Steele, picked up by the Dallas Cowboys, and an undrafted free agent, Taft alum Deshaun Dixon, heading to the Baltimore Ravens, and 2 UTSA players going to the NFL. There it is, Eric Banks with the Rams and Josh Dunlop with the Chargers. And speaking of San Antonio alum, this time last year, the Green Bay Packers drafting linebacker Ty Summers out of TCU. He played in all 16 games as a rookie, 4 total tackles, picked up 2 more takedowns in the playoffs. Ty, a standout quarterback. Go from quarterback to linebacker in Reagan High School under Coach David Wetzel, now working with Baylor football. And UTSA quarterback Josh Adkins, one of the finest signal callers out of Smithson Valley High School. Adkins, 2 years of college eligibility left, hoping to play in the NFL one day. Well, there you go. Congratulations to everyone who was drafted, and congratulations to everyone who was undrafted and still signed. Actually, fun fact, there are more undrafted players in the Hall of Fame than #1 overall picks.
Huh. Something to look forward to.
There you go.
Yeah. As we watch your careers.
Time now, 8:41, 57 degrees out.
And coming up, a Mexican restaurant chain has given up their guacamole recipe. Uh-oh. Whoa. Let's check it out from Chipotle.
6 simple steps. Plus, enjoying some free tacos with that homemade guac. Let's go. What inspired 2 local businesses to give away 10,000 tacos?
That's a lot.
Challenge accepted. I'll take 1,000. You can take 1,000. Sarah can knock out 6. Hello?
Sure. I'll have to share, most definitely. It's going to be a nice day. We're going to check in with Sarah very soon.
Good morning and welcome back. 8:45 this Sunday morning. 2 local businesses here in the Alamo City inspired by faith and motivated by the people here in our community.
So they decided to start preparing food for 5,000 people on Cinco de Mayo for free.
Best kind of food, free food and tacos. So they're going to be serving 2 loaded, slow smoked pulled pork tacos with a side of Southern cream corn and lots of them. 10,000 free tacos. And it sounds like they're really good tacos.
Yeah, so now you're wondering where. So it's going to take place at Holy Smoke Barbecue and Taquitos and Weetrix Meat Market on North St. Mary's. That's May 5th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you can visit our website for more information.
All right, and if you are looking for some tasty guacamole, we've got you covered.
That's right.
Kind of.
Well, sort of we. No, it's actually Chipotle has you covered, and they're sharing their recipe for guacamole on Twitter. It requires just 6 ingredients and 6 steps. Okay.
And if you are up for something more complicated, Chipotle's executive chef has some other ideas. On Instagram, he's spilling the beans, or maybe the avocados, on 30 ways to even enhance that recipe. So what do you think, Sarah?
Well, that's how I cook. I love to flavor my food. Love it. I can't stand when food is under-seasoned. But honestly, the simpler, the better.
Yes.
The least ingredients that you can have so you can taste each of those ingredients, that's what makes good guacamole in my book.
Yeah, and less work. Less ingredients, less
work
steps.
Too.
Yeah.
That's an important part. Well, today's forecast doesn't have very many ingredients, just sunny and beautiful. And I'm sorry about your hunger, Matt.
So hungry. You're talking about grilling. We got guacamole and free tacos.
You can grab some tacos in 15 minutes. Looking outside right now, beautiful out there. Still a chill in the air. The official report at the airport as the top of the hour was 57 degrees, but I just looked at the minute-by-minute temperature reading there, and we're already at 64 degrees at the airport. So we are warming up. Winds are from the northwest at about 5 miles per hour. Yesterday's breezy conditions from the north allowed for the humidity to stay low, and humidity will stay low today, although by tomorrow evening we should see the return of some humidity around San Antonio. Temperatures temperatures, again, nice out there, just definitely sweater weather. 62 degrees in Del Rio, 63 in Uvalde, a little bit warmer up in Rock Springs where it's 61, 63 in Gonzales, 62 in Pleasanton, 52 though in the Hill Country. Temperatures are about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than how they were yesterday when we started off the day. We can thank the dry air for that. Good recipe for cooling down overnight. In the weather setup across the nation, we've just really got one big storm system that's currently bringing rainfall to parts of the northeastern tier of the United States. That cold front behind that low pressure system, that's the front that moved through on Friday, gave us great weather yesterday. However, out toward the west toward Los Angeles, they're dealing with a heat wave today, and we're going to be dealing with a high pressure system in place, making for a beautiful forecast not only for us in San Antonio, but across the entire Lone Star State. Here in San Antonio and around San Antonio, we'll have nothing but sunshine today. So even though temperatures started off in the 50s, we're going to be able to warm up into the 80s today. We should see a high temperature near 86 in downtown San Antonio. Around San Antonio, the low to mid 80s is a good bet. Folks up in the Hill Country going to be seeing afternoon temperatures in the low 80s today. We're already at 64 at the airport, so we'll be at 70 degrees by 10, near 80 degrees by lunch hour, and close to 86 in the afternoon. East winds today not as breezy as yesterday, 5 to 15 miles per hour. And I did promise a gardening forecast. You know, the weather has just been wonderful, but as far as gardening goes this week, it's going to be pretty nice outside just about all week long. The one day we'll be looking out for is Tuesday, when we do have the potential for some isolated storms. A couple of isolated showers possible on Wednesday morning as well, but Tuesday during the day, rain chances look best, but isolated again. And should you water today? Yes, you need to, because it's going to be nothing but sunshine. Although we'll have morning clouds tomorrow, you should water tomorrow. No rains possible tomorrow, but again on Tuesday, maybe you'll need to water, but maybe you can hold off if you're lucky and get one of those isolated showers or storms. And then by the end of the week, we'll be warming back up again. As far as comfortability outside and whether or not you'll be wanting to take a walk with the family or with your pets, it's really only going to be very humid on Tuesday and late tomorrow, and then by the end of the week we'll see humidity work its way back in. But in the week ahead, pretty comfortable weather conditions outside, and again, as you can see, there will be plenty of sunshine in the week ahead. Max, Stephanie?
That's good news, and we like your gardening forecast, the pretty green and yellow flowers. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah. So 8:50, almost at 6:50. Time flies when you're having fun. Let's take a look at those lotto numbers. Pick 3 is 389, Fireball 7, Daily 4, 7841, Fireball 3.
Cash 5, 1, 7, 19, 31, 33. And your Powerball numbers 1, 3, 21, 47, 57, Powerball 18, Power Play 2. Good luck. And in case you missed it earlier, police are looking for a group of 4 people who tried to run a man down in their vehicle. It happened just before 11 last night at the Valero on Pleasanton Road. Investigators say a man was fighting with 4 people there, and when that man started to run away, that's when they got into a vehicle and ran him down. The victim was taken to BAMC in serious condition. If you have any information that can help police find those people responsible, you are asked to call them.
With so much pressure mounting to reopen states, now today 2 leading governors and a top Trump economic advisor face George and the tough questions. Plus, the roundtable takes on the race for the White House as it inches closer. Today on ABC's This Week with George.
And are you addicted to your phone? I don't want to talk about it. Tomorrow on GMSA at 6, find out why the more time you spend on your phone, the more it changes your brain.
For the better?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But hey, you can always use your phone to look at the KSAT weather app, because we have the pollen count on there every day. And today the pollen count is pretty good. You know, mold is low at 410. Grass and pecan and oak are present, but they're all low as well. Temperatures, I told you they're warming up. We're already near 70 degrees at the airport. It's still in the 50s though up in the Hill Country. And then taking a look at the forecast today, it's going to be nice and sunny all day long. We'll be warming up to 86 degrees in the afternoon for the high, but it'll be a low humidity day, so it should feel great outside. East winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now, while it'll be clear and comfortable tonight, we are expecting morning clouds to develop early tomorrow morning. but they'll quickly clear out. Another comfortable day tomorrow, but on Tuesday, a little humid, a little muggy, and the chance for some isolated storms possible as well. And then by Thursday and Friday, we'll be clearing out, nice sunshine. Low humidity through the end of the week, guys. So again, just Tuesday, we're going to be watching out for those storm potentials.
All right, thank you, Sarah. And before we go, just want to say thank you so much to one of the MVPs behind the scenes, Valerie.
Leaving.